Hello everybody and welcome to the Let's Play for Final Fantasy VII. This was live streamed on twitch.tv/The Death Audition on Friday. If you'd like, you can join us then, Fridays at 3, or you can like and subscribe to this channel and leave a comment below to give helpful advice, tips, and tricks.
Hey everybody, and welcome back to Fantasy Friday. It is another Friday, which means more Final Fantasy VII. Let's see if our usual it's working today. So, where we left off, we were about to go to Kalm and hear Cloud's story. And unfortunately, I actually forgot to grab something, but it's an easy fix. I think it's in this house. And if you go behind here, go up here, there's a chest. Now that item, it has no purpose right now, and it won't until later. It's for a character we pick up later, but it's nice to have. But I think that's pretty much the only thing I failed to grab. Hope everyone's doing well. I know we're kind of diving right in, but hey, this is a pretty big one now. It's a lot of story about to be dealt out. And really, is it the true story? We'll never know. It's been a busy couple of days here. Ever since my Minecraft stream with Fox, I feel like running around doing a whole bunch. Starting a new job next week. It's gonna be fun. How did everyone feel about the Final Fantasy VII Remake news? The DLC for Yuffie. I have definitely mixed feelings on that. Technically, as I've said to others, she could have been in Midgar the whole time. Could have been. But I don't know. Because, I mean, you can get her right. I think I brought this up earlier. You can get Yuffie as a playable character right after basically this. There's one more area with a cave, and then you can possibly get her, but it's an extremely low chance to get her there. But I guess they decided it made sense. As long as they don't throw Vincent into the mix, which is another character that would not make sense getting brought into this area because of, and we'll know why later, but it just would make no sense at all for him to be brought in for the Midgar storyline. They'd have to be pulling some stuff. But yeah, so basically, Cloud and the gang, or should it be Sephiroth and the gang, have been sent out due to the reports of vicious monsters being created over by a reactor at Mount Nibble. And this is one of the monsters. And you'll see just how strong Sephiroth is. They're showing you how strong he is compared to you. And this whole thing, it's funny. Sephiroth, you can't touch his gear, you can't touch his materia when you're with him in the party, but you can, I don't think you can do anything with him, actually. So, but in that fight, you can die, and Sephiroth will either choose to revive you using Life 2, or he will choose to just ignore you and keep attacking the monster. It's kind of annoying when he chooses to revive you, because sometimes the dragon will just kill you again, and you get in this loop of him reviving you. I've had it happen once or twice, and it's frustrating. For those of you that played Crisis Core, you already know this, but for those of you that didn't, there was an email you got from the head of the Sephiroth fan club that said that Sephiroth used an entire bottle of special shampoo for his hair whenever he washed his hair. A whole bottle. And it had, I think, 11 or 13 different perfumes in it. So I don't know if you needed that information, but you have it now. You know, that a lot of people, you know, crap all over the additional content that they came up for Final Fantasy VII, but Crisis Core, I'd say, was probably the best game that came from it besides the original. And the movie, you know, Advent Children gets a lot of crap too, but I think Advent Children was good. It meant well. The story was alright. I think people just like get way too much into, well, it's not the original, so I have to hate it. So there's a couple of things you can actually do here that some of them actually are for later on down the road, and some are just for, you know, just aesthetics. Like, oh, here's some cool background information. So like here, I think I went to the wrong house. Yeah. Here later, I do want you guys to see this though. Alright, I just thought about something that has nothing to do with the game, but so if you have a chance, go look up the Joker Diaries or Joker blogs, because it's a bunch of videos on YouTube, and it's great stuff. And he just kept repeating at one point, I'm at the wrong house. But so yeah, if you go into Tifa's house, because Tifa's from here and so is Cloud, she'll ask Cloud, wait a minute, did you actually, you know, do this? And you go, yeah, I did. And really the whole point is to go in here and say just a little and let him do this little scene. I can't control this. This is an auto scroller here, so. So, the whole point of doing this is so that you can, I don't know if you made it out, but that was basically the overworld theme. And the whole point of doing that is later when you come here, you can play on the piano and play that tune, and it will give you Tifa's ultimate limit break, I believe. Now you can also go in here, and this doesn't actually progress the story at all. See, but they beg you to do it. And you can learn a little bit about Cloud's mom. And in the remake, they forced you to watch this, so, you know. But I'm hoping that we can get through all of this backstory and maybe get a chocobo today. Because I know you guys like chocobos. Who doesn't like chocobos? Come on. This is also on an auto scroller, so there's not much I can do to... Maybe it's not. Okay, no, I'm getting it. Scratch that. And just like all mothers that worry about their, what is he at this point, probably 15, 17 maybe, your old sons, you should get a girlfriend. Well, you know, I think she should be more upset at the fact that she let him leave the house at the age of 10 to go join the military. You know, she might not have had a choice, though, so it's just another one of those things. But whatever. I'm not going to judge her parenting skills. I think you can also go in here and meet No, you can't. That's later. Sorry, guys. I get jumbled sometimes with what it is. Oh, no, it's here. So you can meet this guy who is essentially the person that taught Tifa how to be a fighter. So now we can go up here. 1 second, guys. Let me see if I can bust up. There we go. I want to turn up the gain a little bit on the mic. So now you can go in here, talk to him about how we are missing a bed. Talk to him again, and go to sleep. That's the only way to progress this this section of the story, is to go to sleep now. So now we're going to proceed to Mount Nibble to go investigate the reactor. I think it's funny that they went out of their way so you knew that that was Tifa's dad. That mansion up there to the left, that's the Shinra mansion, and you can get an optional character called Vincent, which people fangirl over, or maybe fanboy over, you know. It we will be getting him. I want to get all optional side characters, but that's later on when we return here later. So, interesting little backstory about side characters on here is, if I remember the story goes, they didn't want to make them main characters because they didn't have enough time to properly give them stories or whatever. But I don't really buy into that, because they could have easily made, I mean, they made their own little side stories for them anyway, so I think it would have just been a little bit extra to go ahead and say, no, they have to get these. The best looking cutscene that you will ever see in a Final Fantasy game. Sephiroth's two-stepping. You can actually come back here later and get kind of lost. I forgot you can get encounters here, but it's the same as before. Sephiroth will just kind of take care of it for you. And in fact, here, this is what I was talking about. So if you try to touch anything, he gets all upset. But this is also something I wanted to bring up earlier, was the mastering materia, and this is what it looks like. And of course, Cloud got preemptive materia that's not even useful, at least here. Mako Fountain. So you can kind of see the sparkling of Tifa being kind of against Mako, just the way she talks about it. Sephiroth kind of scolding him for, wait a minute, you're supposed to be top ranked soldier and you didn't even know the basics. So basically, even Tifa's embarrassed. Basically, materia is condensed Mako, and as you know, Mako is the life stream. So the reason why you can use magic is you're basically calling upon the life energy of the souls within the planet. And that's why you use magic. You can return to that Mako fountain later, and I think there's a materia there. And we'll grab that. I don't remember what materia it is. Oh, I got baited. Go the wrong way. What kind of industrial secrets are they keeping? Find out at 11. Yeah, I'm making weird jokes today, guys. It's okay. Whose bright idea was it to make chain links as a ladder? They have all this and they chose to do that. Doesn't really make sense. And why they kept Genova out here, it's probably for the best, actually. They didn't keep it at the main facility. We're gonna see some creepy stuff, guys. It's like you just learned this, Cloud. We just went over that. Right. Some creepy stuff's going on. Actually, this looks exactly like one of my friends. The username is Chitana. That's actually how she was born. Not even here to defend herself. That's sad. So now Sephiroth is kind of having a breakdown because he's like, was I made this way? Which I don't know. I mean, I obviously wasn't made that way, so I might not have a right opinion, but I don't really understand why he got so furious about it and upset. Because he doesn't look like this. If he was made this way, obviously he turned out alright. Wasn't a monster. Which is another reason I recommend you guys playing Crisis Core. Simply because it goes into detail about exactly what Sephiroth was and two other characters that were failed versions of essentially the same project. And I think we're actually going to get our wish of a Final Fantasy Crisis Core, not remake, but a re-release, because it looks like it's going to be in that compilation, that Ever Crisis. We're not going to say, we're going to keep going. But if they choose to, the only problem I have with Ever Crisis is, from what I've read, it's on mobile. It's on your phone only. I don't want to play it on my phone. So if that happens, I just probably will not be playing it. All the townspeople are just worried. They're like, your boy, he kind of went in that match and has not come out for days. How about you go in there? Take a peek. When you come back to this mansion later, I'll do it now. Just show you. You can break into this safe, and that's a boss fight. And it's the first steps into getting the optional character, Vincent. Thankfully, there's no encounters here because you are level whatever cloud, 1 cloud. And this is also why I say that it makes no sense for Vincent to appear if they were to do that, because he's actually locked in this room and and he's been locked in that room for quite a long time. So Sephiroth's reviewing over everything, trying to just figure out really what he is. He holds Professor Gast in high regard, but he hates Professor Hojo. Sorry, guys. Should have had some coffee. See, Cloud just went right upstairs and went to sleep. I guess. But it really makes you wonder, why did they have a hotel room if they could have just stayed here the whole time? Shinra has a mansion in the town you're going to investigate, yet you choose to stay in a hotel room. Just didn't make sense to me. The song you're hearing is called Those Chosen by the Planet. This is pretty much where Sephiroth kind of lost his mind. Went mad. And I find it kind of strange that Sephiroth had never kind of done this research beforehand. He just kind of went along with everything. But again, Crisis Core kind of goes deeper into it. He was actually kind of a good guy from what from what you see. Didn't really care much. He just worked for Shinra. See, now, I want to show you. Not much time has passed from Sephiroth walking in front of us and us walking out. But he's going to have accomplished quite a bit. Or maybe Cloud's just really slow. And it takes him a while to get outside. And he lit himself a bonfire. Had to keep warm out here at Mount Nibble. Oh, Nibelheim. Cloud's just distraught. I guess what sucks is he just went into his own house. Which means he probably saw his mom. Ugh. That's unfortunate. Now I remember this cutscene from when I was younger. This was one of the trailers for the game. And it was one of those, oh, look at the graphics of this game. It's amazing. Now you know that Sephiroth is apparently immune to fire for some reason. Alright. Go down this chain link again. If Tifa's dad didn't play hero, maybe he'd still be alive. Because I'm sorry, if a man bursts my entire town into flames, I don't think I'm going to go after him. It's just not something I think I'm going to do. I don't think I can stand a chance. Gotta help Tifa. Who was kind of stupid since... I don't know. Maybe it was just adrenaline. She thought she could take on Sephiroth. And now here's the biggest tease of the whole game. Now, in this cutscene, there's something that, until later versions, was not able to be read because of just the resolution that it had. Let's see if we can read it. I haven't played this version in a while, so... assuming that's supposed to be oil. I have no idea. Yeah, 1999, made in Hong Kong. Yeah, that wasn't able to be read in the original PS1 edition. Like I said, biggest tease in the game.
Sorry,
Alexa,
I don't know that
stop. For some reason, my Alexa app decided to assume that I was talking to it. So, essentially, Cloud does not remember what happened, and he's he's kind of just, you know, not going to talk about it. No one's going to question him. He's just like, yeah, I don't remember. And Barrett's pissed. He said, wait a minute, I sat here and listened to this whole story for no ending? And Red's just like, that's pretty cool. Hey. Yeah, probably not going to change party members. I think PHS is probably useless. Alright, so what we're going to need to do... First thing we're going to save. But I need to do a couple of battles. I know I said no grinding. This will be the only bit. But I need to get some gil for a weapon. And an armor, oh. See, that enemy that keeps missing or dodging will steal from me, and if you're not quick, it will just flat out run away with your stuff. You gotta be quicker than that. We shouldn't have to do too many of these. Depends on how much gil it gives you. Yeah, probably one more fight, maybe two. I always find it funny whenever you want to fight, they're few and far between, but whenever you don't want to fight, it's like, oh hey, every 5 seconds you're getting a fight. I'm gonna use fire all on them. I typically try to avoid using, I don't know why I even have it equipped really, the all on that fire. Let's go ahead and see if I can get this armor. I care more about her than that. So. Let's see if I can sell some stuff so that I don't have to. Man, I might. Nah, I'll be good. I'm gonna like. Oh, okay, cool. I can. All right, it works out. We had just enough. I didn't have to sell everything. Okay. And now I can put that last one on him, and we are set to go. Gonna go get some chocobos. We might be able to get through the materia cave today. We'll see. There's a another optional thing after the materia cave. I say optional, but if you ignore it now, you have to do it later. And oh, I messed up. Oh well. Anyway, so we're gonna go ahead and probably get out of the way on stream here. Alright, so he mugged me. And if he runs away, he'll just get that Phoenix down and we can't get it back. There we go. I think they actually have a chance of getting something like nice off of you if you have it. And it'll just be gone forever if you mess up. So as you saw, I have Barrett's cannonball equipped, which means that he can no longer attack people that are at what's considered long range. So which shouldn't be an issue until Junin, where there's an enemy that is long range. That doesn't look right at all. Alright, so the next bit is the Chocobo Farm, where we will learn about Chocobos. There's actually it's not even a glitch, but the whole reason you have to do it, get a Chocobo, is to cross that little sand over there that you saw. Because if you don't, then you're gonna get attacked by a giant snake that you just really can't beat at your level. It's really hard. But there's a way to do it I recently learned without a Chocobo, but I'm not going to rob the viewers of getting a Chocobo. There we go. Chocobo breeding is a whole nother aspect that we're gonna come across, but that's pretty much end game content. So we're about to get our first summon materia. If you talk to him and reply Wark, they'll do a little dance. No, isn't that cute? It's kind of funny. This is completely missable if you don't talk to the Chocobo. So, you know. I don't know many people that missed it, though, so. But, I don't know if we have a slot open. Or at least it was sense. I think you have to talk to the dad first. But yeah, so basically the snake thing is called the Midgar Zolom, and if you fight it, like I said, you're probably going to die. So it's best to just get a Chocobo and go across on that. I might go ahead and show you guys the fight. That way you know, have an opportunity. Oh shoot, I think I need 2,000 gil. I don't think I have 2,000 gil either. Yeah. So alright guys, well we're gonna have to go out and I think it might be 1 or 2 battles. Let's see. Yeah, it's gonna be 2. Hopefully we have good RNG. I'll go ahead and explain it though. So you see the little Chocobo tracks here. If you have the special materia equipped, then there's a chance that a Chocobo will appear. And you can try to catch it. Let's do it. Oh, here we go. We'll use Choco Mod. Choco? Just so you guys can see it. It's kind of overkill, but... oh well. So, this summon actually has 2 animations. This is the one you get majority of the time, but there is a chance that you can get what's called the Fat Chocobo, and it'll just fall from the sky and land on them. And I don't know the percentage chance, but it happens every so often. But the thing about that summon also, it has the ability to stun your opponents. So if they survive the attack, then they might get stunned. Had to do slow. Fire this. Oh. Oh. I always hate getting these. They're also the ones that you typically don't want to get on if you get a chocobo. But I don't... You know what? Now that I say it, I don't even think you can. Oh well. Let's see if Bolt does anything. Shows you how much I fight these things. Yeah, I think they're just resistant to magic in general. There we go. That should be enough to get a green and the material we need. All right. The best greens you can get are just the basic ones. Go ahead and buy 2. And it's also beneficial to arrange it to where the green you just got is at the top, basically. Or near the top, because chocobos will run away quick in battle. So let's go ahead and heal up. Okay. Save. Alright, so now we have a possibility of getting a chocobo. And we got one the first time, so let's hope I'm... And it's a back attack. But it's one of those. Yep, gotta give her another one. Now you can accidentally attack the chocobo, so Tifa's limit break is probably not for the best. Oh no, we're gonna lose this chocobo. Oh, okay, cool, got it. I forgot there's a lag spike between capturing the chocobo and the fight ending, so I'll never forget one time I accidentally got off the chocobo and it ran away. So yeah, so basically the whole point of the chocobo is so that you don't have to fight that thing chasing us right there. But there's a way to bait him in such a way that you can go behind that mountain, that curve over there, and he'll bounce off and you have just enough time to run over here. So now we're essentially stuck over here, unless you want to have to fight that guy, so I'll make a new save. This is a meme that everyone's seen, I think. Did Sephiroth do this? Talk to her. Amazing. Now wait a minute. If we just saw the Midgard Zolom, whatever. I'll leave it alone. So yeah, so this is the Materia Cave. There's a few items in here you can get, and we'll go ahead and grab them. That might have been an issue. I just used fire, and I think he's he's gonna get healed by fire. Yep. I think this is gonna be a good example of. I don't know if Barrett can read. I think he can. Yeah. Okay. That's even though he's a flying enemy, he's not considered long range. All right. Getting a little too low for my comfort zone. I like the music for this place. Alright, so now you see Barrett doesn't have his gun anymore, but he's still gonna use Big Shot somehow. It doesn't make any sense. And that, if you saw his animation stop, that's because he would have been stunned if he survived that. Oop. There we go. So those sources you see me getting, I think that's the second or third one that I've gotten. It basically raises your individual stats by 1 point. And they come in handy later. You don't really want to use them early on. End up with an extra battle. But yeah, uh-oh, the Turks are here. So the Turks essentially, this is one of those aspects where you realize they're not really, I don't know how to put it. They're not always after you, if that makes sense. And like I said, it was weird that Song, you know, slapped Aerith. Because like here, he actually asks, "Oh, she's not with you." I mean, for someone that, you know, was kind of mean and rude to her, he does certainly kind of care for her. And again, that's shown more in the remake. I was hoping not to get a fight. Oh well. And it was a back attack. Kind of excited about next time, guys, because Junin's a fun little part, and that's what's gonna come after the next piece we're gonna do. So weird little snake creature. Could you imagine just a snake coming up to you and blowing cold breath on you? It'd be kind of funny. I'd probably be terrified. Especially if ice appeared. You probably noticed that whenever you get a back attack, the fights take 10 years compared to when it's normal. Alright. So, there's actually another mini game coming up that I'm not really going to participate in, right? So basically, in here, this is... Oh, God. I forget the place. Point is... This is my punishment for forgetting the name. A lot of limit breaks though, which right now don't really benefit them leveling up their limit breaks, because since they've all gotten their second one, they have to defeat so many enemies to actually get the next piece. Sorry, alright. Fort Condor. There we go. So you can actually miss this, because there's no point in you actually coming here right now, kind of ish. Because if you miss it now, I think when you come back later, they won't give you a nice item or whatever. But you will have to come back later and do it. Those jackasses. So basically, these guys are wanting to protect the birds that are nesting up on top of this reactor. So they kind of went rogue against Shinra, even though they're who employed them at one point to protect the bird up there. And Shinra is basically coming down and going to attack this place because, well, I mean, it is their reactor and, you know, it's just not working anymore. So, you know, they have their reasons. So what we're gonna do is heal up. Yeah, there's actually a place to sleep down here. It's cheaper to do that. Let's go to the item shop too. That's material. Buy some potions. Shouldn't need anything else. Alright. So we'll go downstairs and sleep. Plenty of beds here. Makes you wonder how they got all these beds down there. I mean, you see the small opening. It's kind of crazy. Alright, now that we're all rested, there's no reason to save at this point. There will be a pseudo mini kind of boss fight, but eh. Okay, so we'll go up here. Talk to this guy. He's got a lot to say. So Now I remember why I wasn't doing it. I didn't do this originally. So you have to have at least 4,000 gil, even though I'm not gonna spend a dime. I'm just not going to. I don't want to give it away what happens, but there's a way around it. Let's see. I don't care. I'm gonna sell one of the star pendants. I probably just made half the audience cringe. But it's really not that big of a deal. So now he shouldn't nag me anymore. Well, let me make sure of that real quick. Yeah, okay. He shouldn't nag me anymore about this. And what we can do is, what you're supposed to do is you're supposed to set a whole bunch of units down and, you know, basically, let's see, maybe I think you have to buy at least one. Okay, there we go. Yeah. So I'm gonna speed it up all the way. So the whole point of this mini game is these are weak against certain people. I think this guy can attack them, and then this guy can attack bigger guys. It's really just a boring mini game that you can just completely bypass. You're supposed to spend a whole bunch of money, buy people, and prevent these guys from getting up to the house up here. And this is the bird that you're protecting. Now, why? I'm assuming it chose to lay its egg here because of the warmth from the reactor, but this is probably the strangest looking Mako reactor. So that's going to happen whenever an enemy encounters that. Oh, there we go. It's because I had to mute my mic a minute ago. So that's going to be fun audio for the past like more like 3 minutes. So let me repeat myself. How's it going, man? So here's an explanation of everything. So Yuffie can actually be obtained now. And there is an extremely small chance of obtaining her in these forests. And when I say extremely small, I think it's less than like 5% chance. And, you know, I'm thinking that I told y'all I was going to grind on a bonus stream. And you know what? I might just grind in this area so that I can obtain Yuffie. That way you guys can have Yuffie early. But I must save twice. But yeah, it's good to hear you're doing good. Now, let me give a recap of what happened, since I'm pretty certain I was muted for the second half of that battle. So basically, if you do not fight like I was doing and they get to the top of the mansion, I mean the hut there, then you have to fight that big baddie. And I think he has like 800 or 1200 hit points. And if you beat him, you actually don't get an item because you didn't do the minigame properly. And, you know, they kind of say, okay, well, thanks. And you're just off on your way. But you come back there later and have to do it again. And I'm going to do the same thing later where I just fight the bad guy again. And you'll get a special item. And that was basically all that was missed during that muted audio section. Yeah, man, Immortal, she does rarely pop up. And let me actually see. I'll look up the numbers for you real quick. Because it's low in the beginning. Yeah, the earliest point is right after the Mithril Mine, what I was referring to as the Materia Cave. But she has a 12.5% chance of appearing in one of these forests. And there's an area, if I'm remembering right. Let me see. Yeah, there's an area where you get a 100% chance of getting her if you're in a forest, and I think it's outside of a place called Rocket Town. So, anyway, with that, I do believe we'll bring it to